Joining us now on the show is the Empress of Umukwata, OjyOkpe. Matters arising.
What are the matters arising? You are joining them. Yes.
Matters arising.
This man. No.
Matters arising.
Yes, we are finishing them. I'm following it. Yes.
Finish them. Sefinilaba.
Now I see why your favorite color is red.
Tell me.
Pepper red.
Yes.
Pepper red.
Gave it to me.
Pepper red.
Since before I started working at the Rise, I got the name Pepper them. Oh, Pepper them.
Why is it?
Well, all right. I don't know what that means. Well, all right. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending by focusing on reactions to the hashtag Free Nnamdi Kanu protest in Abuja and the southeast states led by activist Omoyele Sowore. The protest brought activities to a near standstill on Monday, October 20th, despite a court order and police warnings. Security operatives fired tear gas and gunshots to disperse protesters in Abuja who were demanding the release of the detained leader of the indigenous peoples of Biafra. In Abuja, the protest began near Transcorp Hilton with protesters chanting, "Free Nnamdi Kanu now."
What do we want? Free Nnamdi Kanu now! What do we want? Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Free Nnamdi Kanu!
We are here addressing the press, exercising our right to freedom of expression, and you can see what the police, what they are doing, the way they are intimidating us as citizens of this country.
Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Don't tear gas us! Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Don't tear gas us! Nnamdi Kanu now! Nnamdi Kanu now! Nnamdi Kanu now! Let's go to beggar. Rally! Nobody, even a Fabio, cannot stop me. I would rather die than to fold my hand and keep silent. We are in democracy. We are not in military government. Even during the military government, comrades like Sowore protested. We are in democracy, so I have every right to protest. Look at it. I'm a proudly Nigerian. The same police that I, James Mike, aka Flag Boy, aka You Talk You Die, I've been protesting for them to pay them good salary. I stood at the National Assembly for days protesting for Nigerian police. All they could do is to come out and tear gas me.
If you can free drug dealers, convicted murderers, you free Nnamdi Kanu.
May their souls continue to pursue their oppressors. Amen.
This was quite intense yesterday in Abuja. Meanwhile, President Tinubu's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, criticized one of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers for participating in the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest, raising concerns about professional ethics and the principle of sub judice. Onanuga, in a post on X, expressed disappointment over the lawyer's decision to join what he described as a shambolic protest, stating, and I'll pull up Bayo Onanuga's post on X there. He wrote, "I spotted Aloy Ejimakor, one of Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, among the small group of protesters mobilized in Abuja by Omoyele Sowore. I wonder what Mr. Ejimakor was thinking when he decided to join this shambolic protest. As a lawyer, he should be aware of the principle of sub judice, particularly in relation to the ongoing treason case before the court, rather than focusing on preparing a strong case. Mr. Ejimakor has resorted to extra legal tactics, joining a career anarchist," he describes Sowore as an anarchist, "to influence the process legal authorities should consider appropriate sanctions for unethical conduct of the bearded lawyer. And of course, you're laughing there, Rufai, you're laughing. You're laughing. I'll give you the opportunity. Yes, he called him an anarchist. Well, in response to Onanuga's comments, Sowore stated that there is no law against a lawyer joining a peaceful protest, and that if Nnamdi Kanu is not released, even senior advocates of Nigeria will join the protest. Let's take a look.
The lawyer is a person, and the same right are used to
if they don't release Nnamdi Kanu,
yes,
senior advocates of Nigeria will join this.
Yes.
APC, police, force.
Doctors will join this protest.
Yes.
No.
Even surgeons, like people who say no get time, nurses, everybody will join.
We'll join.
We're about to announce another date, and that one will be bigger. It will be the mother of all protests.
Exactly.
So they have a chance now. You know, when we were saying it, they thought it was a play. They thought it was play a few days ago when we say we are going to shut down this Abuja. Nothing happened in Abuja today. Even the judge that gave the order that we should not do protest, asked us to come back today. I heard he did not sit.
He did not sit.
He couldn't make it to his office. So we are not playing. We are not playing, but we are working to get our protesters, the legally arrested protesters.
All right. He's claiming there's going to be another protest that he describes the mother of all protests, and he has yet to announce the date. But Sowore was on our nightly news program, Primetime, where he confirmed that Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Ejimakor, and his brother were arrested. Rufai, I know that you want to speak on this, so I'll give you the floor. I mean, the lawyer has been arrested at this moment. Sowore is saying that the prison or the police station or where the lawyer is being kept is like a dungeon. That's what he said on Primetime yesterday.
Very sad. And please, they should be let free. I mean, yes, because they protested. I mean, once you arrest them, you take their filings and everything. Please just let them free. Second, the one I want to laugh about is what name did Mr. Bayo Onanuga called
Sowore.
No, there's another. He said something anarchist.
He said he's called him an anarchist.
No, I want the exact name because I want to laugh very well.
Isn't it persistent anarchist?
Was it persistent? Is it persistent anarchist? I want the exact word because that word is really intriguing to me. You know what? I want the exact word.
Tell me.
In the 90s, when Sowore was protesting at the university, and Mr. Bayo Onanuga with his paper was supporting Sowore there because the protests, they were all together. Sowore was not an anarchist then. No. When they were all together, didn't Sowore come out recently to say that even Mr. Bayo Onanuga played a fundamental role by supporting the career anarchists? So when they were protesting against June 12th, that Mr. Bayo Onanuga was part of against the military, Sowore was not a career anarchist then because the protest supported them. The likes of Mr. Bayo Onanuga giving Sowore coverage in his paper then, he was not a career anarchist then. So it is today now that Mr. Bayo Onanuga now remembers because he's in a government that they are presenting that is opposing what Sowore is today he remembers. This Nigeria will bust your mind, please. You know sometimes they say, if you live long enough in this country, you will see rubbish. You see, the truth has to be said. When interest does not align, these are the things. These are people I respect so much. Mr. Bayo Onanuga. You know why I respect this man? He had so much fundamentals then. He was told to come and apologize for something, about his story or something. He said never.
You mean Bayo Onanuga's
yes, back in the 90s. No, I'm talking. No, it's not now. I'm saying history.
Okay.
Back in the 90s. That's why they left Concord. And they went to set up the news then. Him and the great Baba Femi Ojodu, they were told to come and apologize. I said, no, we're not going to put in a word. They stood for their conviction. I will still always remember and respect Mr. Bayo Onanuga for that. Because they were those that were in the midst of struggle in this country. But today, like I asked, what changed? It's the same better Nigeria these guys are protesting for that you, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, protested for them. Now you are slamming the lawyer. When them Ganifa were me and them Femi Falana were protesting them, marching for June 12th, you didn't remember to report them to the NBA then because you are on the same side. Now that it has changed now, you say the lawyers, Ejimakor and the likes, are sub judice. Oh, let's go into the itinerary of sub judice. You know how many matters that are sub judice that people closing? All we are calling for is sanity in this process. I have not said everything Nnamdi Kanu did was right, but I'm calling for fairness. A court of appeal, I said, leave this man. Even the Supreme Court judgment to overturn all of this. There was one dissenting judge. Igbo leaders went to President Buhari, asked for political solution. And we are hearing dragging of this case, dilly-dallying, here and there. And people come out to protest because it's a national matter. And we are casting aspersions on them. This is the same Mr. Bayo Onanuga that we used to read all this articles. I used to press the neck of them about any small thing, bumper to bumper with the news.
Yes.
But what changed? That's what we ask.
All right. I mean,
so if you live long enough in this country, you will see a lot too.
Speaking about the protests, we also saw pockets of protests in southeast states. However, major streets in Enugu were deserted on Monday as many residents opted to stay off the streets in solidarity with the ongoing demonstrations. Government offices were open, but activities were minimal, while commercial banks, schools, shops and malls remained closed with no movement of commercial vehicles. The protests, coincidence with the 5th anniversary of EndSARS demonstrations, added symbolic weight to the day, highlighting ongoing tensions around detention, justice, and citizens' rights to peaceful assembly in Lagos. The executive director of Enough is Enough Nigeria, Yemi Adamolekun, was stopped and assaulted by security officers while attempting to lay flowers in honor of the victims of the 2020 EndSARS protests. The incident has sparked widespread condemnation on social media. A video shared by News Central TV showed Adamolekun being confronted by security personnel who prevented her from performing the symbolic act at the memorial site. Let's take a look.
We will take us down and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with
Madam, you better stop that. You better stop it. You better stop it. Who allow you to come and do that here? Leave my phone. Oh, yeah, keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Where freedom reigns and truth prevails, our land where there's hope for us all.
It's completely unacceptable. The Lekki Toll Gate has become a symbol site for remembrance of the EndSARS victims, where Nigerians annually commemorate those who reportedly lost their lives during the October 2020 protests. This incident raises questions about the right to peaceful remembrance and freedom of expression in public spaces. I'll take some reactions on X. This person actually posted on Instagram, stating, "It's painful to watch this. She only came to pay respect, yet she was treated like an enemy. When will we learn that power should serve the people, not crush them? They fear remembrance because truth exposes guilt. No one should be assaulted for honoring the victims." Well, Deji Adeyanju also condemned this. He wrote on X, "I condemn the harassment of notable human rights activist Yemi Adamolekun of Enough is Enough Nigeria by the ever senseless security agents who have no respect or regard for human rights in Nigeria." And that's the actual point. Who authorized this move, actually? Because I will really doubt that this was an order that you should have no one in that area. I mean, I don't know if you have gotten any response from the Lagos state government as to why this happened to Yemi. She was just going to lay flowers.
Yes. I actually called earlier on that we need a statement and a response from the Commissioner of Police, because she mentioned, as Yemi Adamolekun mentioned, that he drove past the toll gate Gate with a convoy of about 15 vehicles yesterday, and she saw that the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Commissioner of Police Olorundare, that's Jim Olorundare, and so we need to understand whether if this is the protocol as order given to the police to contain or to maintain peace and order in the state. But before I come fully to Yemi Adamolekun story, OJ, let me just say two statements on Nnamdi Kanu's one. Number one is that the government is actually succeeding in making him a hero. And a number of people have said that they might not necessarily agree with all that he stands for, but by denying him access to justice, they are actually making him a hero, and a lot of people who stand against unfairness and injustice are coming out to speak against it. The second is that Nigeria has lost too much as a result of his consistent incarceration and the lack of respect of this government of the rule of law. I say this because we have lost so much money with the sit-at-home order every month in the southeast, which could have been averted, because the same the same treatment given to bandits and terrorists in the north who actually committed crimes, who actually killed people, whereby they granted them amnesty and they are negotiating with them, and someone who is allegedly a terrorist is starkly different. And this is the selective justice that Nigerians are crying out for. What I want to just say as a sound of warning is that let us not let this thing get out of hand. We've seen the day of protest. It means that the people are not backing down. There's only as much as you can push people back against the wall, but let the government do right and obey court orders with regards to Nnamdi Kanu. This cry has gone on for too long. Now let's move on to what happened yesterday at the toll gate. I said earlier, when we were speaking privately, about the fact that I believe that the police is actually misunderstanding their role in society in terms of protecting lives and property, because it feels as if their brief is to protect the lives and property of a few, or the government, as it were. So it's now the police and the government against the people, whereas the duties are set out in the Constitution means protection of lives and property of Nigerians. But what we see is that there's this antagonism against the people of Nigeria, especially when there's peaceful protests. What could one woman have done that about 3 or 4 man-o-war operatives came to, two of them accosted her? Then she said that whilst they were doing this, 4 armed policemen approached her, and then 2 of them were asked to escort her and the lady that was taking the picture off the grounds. We can see the video there. And the highlight of this is that what one of them said to her, a female policewoman who was there, according to what she said, is that they said, "Are you not enjoying the peace as you have it now?" And then you ask the question, what kind of peace are we talking about?
Peace of the graveyard.
The peace of the graveyard, where peace means that the people are silenced and we are like robots, according to what the government says, and you deprive the people of their constitutional guaranteed right to peaceful protest. Is that the peace that Nigeria or this administration wants, where the people's voices are silenced? That's not the peace that we are looking for. And so when they keep saying, oh, let's keep peaceful, what is the definition of peace? She had a right to go there to lay wreaths. She was not even protesting peacefully, because she said a number of people that were called to come out to protest were afraid. This is what we have done to the Nigerian youths. We have caused them to be afraid, to stay back and gradually silencing their voices. Is this the legacy of this administration? This Democrat that has been praised for his play and his role in the democracy that we enjoy today, now depriving young people today of the same rights that he enjoyed. And I'm talking about the Tinubu administration now. So I just want to say that, number one, the police has to rethink its strategy in how it manages its affairs with civilians, civilians as well, how it manages its affairs, and the right to peaceful protest. Then this thing around, once you see people gather, they are jittery. Why? Yeah. As long as they are not violent, no need to use tear gas, no need to fire bullets, even though the police spokesman came out to say that, oh, they didn't fire, but we heard the gunshots. Yeah. And so what we are asking for is that let the police do right. We've asked for police reform, let there be an actual reform, and let the people feel protected by the police, and not as if the police is taking sides with the government against the Nigerian people.
Well said, Ayo. Well said. Well, let's take this story now from Cross River State, where the Ministry of Justice has issued a press release addressing public complaints about the stalled murder prosecution of 2 suspects in connection to the 2023 killing of Prince Will Ikenna, a youth pastor who was shot 3 times in the head and killed for his car, a Lexus RX 350 SUV, on September 3rd, 2023. In a viral video, Prince Wole Kena's brother stated that through a tracking device, the vehicle was located in Lagos, where a pastor, Uchenna, was arrested at a panel beating shop. Pastor Uchenna allegedly said that he was gifted the vehicle, but later confessed to being at the crime scene where Prince Wole Kena was killed by his associates. However, in a stunning ruling, Justice Ewa granted bail to Pastor Uchenna, citing alleged health issues. Ironically, days later, Pastor Uchenna was reportedly spotted in a video preaching at his Lagos church, undermining the claims of the judge. Prince Wole Kena's brother urged the Cross River State Governor and Attorney General and the Chief Judge to intervene in the case.
It's been over 2 years now. We will not be able to get justice on this case. Please, we are writing to everybody to know what happened to Prince Will and how this case has been going. We are calling on Nigeria government. We are calling on Cross River State, the governor of Cross River State, Professor Basin too. Look at what happened in Cross River State, and judiciary in Cross River State are not giving us justice. We are calling on the Attorney General of Cross River State, Mr. Charles. We are calling on the Chief Justice of Cross River State, my Lordship, Akon. This is what happened in Cross River State. This is what happened in your state, and we have not been able to get justice. Over 2 years now, and this man is working freely. This elf is into it. The pictures on the screen. He's working freely. His family is in Cross River there. They are working freely. And these are people that murdered my brother, and the court let them go on, say, health ground. We need justice for Prince Will. We need justice for my brother. Yes, today it might be Prince Will. Tomorrow it could be anybody. These men are parading themselves as pastors, and they are killers. We need justice for Prince Will.
Justice for Prince Will. I mean, this is the power of social media. This video went viral. The Cross River State Governor actually authorized the Attorney General. In response, an inquiry launched by the Attorney General revealed that the case was derailed when the presiding judge, Justice Ewa, was reassigned to an election petition tribunal. There was also an internal delay in transferring the case file, prompting the Chief Judge to reassign the matter. Now, to restore public confidence, the Attorney General instructed the Director of Public Prosecutions to immediately assume responsibility of the case and has also requested police assistance in apprehending 3 other suspects still at large. Bimbai, like I said, power of social media. This video went viral for about a week. I tried to reach out to the Cross River State government. I also reached out to the Commissioner for Information, who actually shared the details of what the Attorney General is doing at this point. But this is what we see in Nigeria. Justice delayed is justice denied.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's important to commend the Cross River State government for being responsive, because there are several cases that we see floating around, especially on social media of this nature, that don't get any attention
at all.
So I think it's important to commend the governor, and we spoke to Commissioner Erasmus Akbang, who is the Commissioner of Information as well, for being responsive. But it goes back to the issues that we unpacked at the beginning of this show, which is issues around the judiciary, which is issues around the integrity of our judges. At the top of the show, I mentioned a Justice Inyang who had been suspended by the NUJ because she had made a ruling without even hearing the case. And I remember in that instance, this should have happened, I think, earlier in the year. In that instance, people were saying that a suspension is even too light for the type of, for what she was what she had found to have done wrongly. And what we continue to appeal for, I think, is the increased accountability within the judiciary. NUJ have made some efforts, but it's still not enough. Are our judges being held to book? Are we sure that we have men and women of integrity? Are we sure that there's separation of powers to even begin with? This is another angle we looked at in the morning, where we're saying that, is the judiciary allowed to operate independently, or is it subject to influence from 1 or 2 places? Now, this is not the type of case that would have influence from external influence, but this is a type of case that shows that there are lapses, because the excuses that, well, the judge had been moved to a different, to the election tribunal, and so that created a lapse in the system. Now, just imagine how many more people are are falling through the cracks because of these lapses in the system, where there isn't cohesion, where there isn't, the full efficient working of the judiciary itself. So I think it raises a lot of questions and a lot of issues. And goodness me, I think we've just scratched the surface when it comes to judicial reform. It's still a talking point. When they swore in CJ Kekere-Ekun, it was a question around, well, it's one thing for us to make this commitment, but are we seeing the tangible steps being taken? Not enough yet. A few judges have been suspended and have been punished for wrongdoing, but we're not seeing enough happening within the system, within the institution on its own.
We need to see more. Well said, Bimbai, well said. I mean, the issue of judicial reform and rule of law is still really plaguing our society at this point. Now, we'll take this troubling story of a missing person as an Ebo Omoyele, popularly known as EndSARS, who was reportedly arrested on November 1st, 2024 at Mile 12 on the bridge in Lagos by officers from K2 police station. According to his parents, EndSARS was arrested by officers identified as Dare Tolu Olorunloju, also known as ACP Afolabi Kazim, Inspector Abacho Daniel, and Inspector Ayebosiwa Olabuyi. Since his arrest, the family has reportedly been unable to establish his whereabouts or confirm his status in police custody despite publishing the case in 2 national newspapers. The case raises serious concerns about transparency and arrest procedures and rights of detained persons. And we have a picture of one of the people that the parents pointed out. I did send you a video note of, the parents' complaint and how this arrest took place. I mean, EndSARS actually is a relative to one of our cameramen right here at Arise TV. The families have the right to know where their loved ones are being held and the charges against them. The fact that this issue has been put out in multiple newspapers at this time suggests some sort of concern with the circumstances surrounding this case. I've been speaking with our cameraman. He still has no information about this young boy, EndSARS, who's been in detention since November 2024. I also reached out to Benjamin Hundeyin, the police spokesperson, and he has promised that he's going to put someone in charge of this case. And these are the sort of issues that we face. Parents looking for their child for almost a year. We're in November in a few years, in a few weeks. Yes. 1 year, a missing person.
Is that not the country we live in?
I was going to say, this is one out of many cases.
One out of many cases.
Go ahead.
There are many missing persons following a police investigation or someone just being picked up. And like you rightly said, the people have a right to know where their relative is. That's what they're asking for. And then charge him to court. There are many people awaiting trial, languishing in prisons for petty crime. And then we talk about the overcrowding of our prison service. And we will look at the pardons and the people that you're pardoning when there are people who are perhaps even innocent, or at least innocent until proven guilty and languishing in jail. So we need to really look at this. I hope that this particular case would open up the Pandora box of young Nigerians languishing in jail because they don't have no one to speak up for them. It's unfortunate, and part of the police reform we're asking for is that the justice system is fair to all, whether you have a big brother, whether you know people or not, but just as a Nigerian, you deserve fairness, fair treatment. That's what we're asking for.
We're asking for justice for EndSARS.
Why this case is even getting agency today is because this is one of us. There are many other cases like that. A very good case in point till today, Oji, we've not heard the end of Pelumi Onifade's case. A young reporter that went out to report around EndSARS period. Pelumi Onifade till today, we've not heard the end of that. Many like that.
Thank you for raising that.
Many like that. You see, if we open the book of remembrance as regards the atrocities committed against the people by agents of the states.
All right, thank you.
We'll not
for
leave here
the
today.
Case of Pelumi. I hope that the police is listening at this point. We demand justice for EndSARS, and I'm hoping that the police spokesman's promise will reassure us that this will come to an end sooner than later. Shall we now take this story? Vimbai, I'm coming to you on this story. It's an update on Nollywood actress Sarah Martins, who was recently arrested for cooking on a street median in Lagos. Well, on Friday, October 17th, Martins posted her appreciation appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's son, Seyi Tinubu, and the Noella Foundation run by his wife, Leal, for allegedly gifting her 20 million naira, while Martins claimed that the money was meant for her to acquire a legal space to scale her cooking business and feed people in need. Martins even shared a video of the moment she received the cash. However, in a swift rebuttal on his Instagram story the next day, Seyi Tinubu denied being the donor. He clarified that the 20 million naira was raised by a group of his friends who were moved by compassion to help Martin secure a proper space. While appreciating their kindness, Seyi Tinubu stressed that he does not support any acts that violate Lagos state laws. This is what he posted. Isn't it interesting to note?
The country is a cruise, Nigeria cruise.
No, but it's interesting to know that it's only within this week we've seen his friends do all these sort of acts of kindness. We've seen the 1 million Bible donated, which, you know, they were his friends. And now he's saying that he wasn't aware of this act of kindness. You want to
I'm suspecting all of you, my friends. I want friends like you,
my friends.
Friends
You know, they say
20 what? How much is money? Rufai.
How much is
money is
nothing.
I even hear that the money, please correct me if I'm wrong, I don't like to talk without facts. So.
Yes.
Based on hearsay and rumor, I hear the money was not even conducted in Naira. That's what I hear.
No, we can't.
I can't verify. I can't verify. I can't
only empirical facts.
Only empirical reports. Yeah, so
I'll come to you. Lewis wrote on X saying that he shouldn't be keeping people who do not have the same values and beliefs and practices and principles as friends. Sure. Friends of mine being moved by compassion to do any charity for whatever reason that involve me should put me in the know for validation. Else, we will have issue. We will have. I
just hope that these same friends will not go and one print poster one day Seyi Tinubu for governor, and they will not come and deny that it's not me, my friend.
That could happen.
That can happen because this is what they've gone on Bible. They've gone to give 20 million. They might print Seyi Tinubu for governor one day.
Okay, go ahead.
All these friends go there for frenemies.
Because I remember, you know, when I first moved to Nigeria, that in that period you would meet people and they would have business cards written friends of the president or friend. So now maybe we've moved into an era of friend of the first son as as a title on a business card. But on a very serious note, Rufai, you bring the most salient point here, which is that we have to be careful about what sycophancy is going to get us into, which is that, okay, Seyi Tinubu has taken a position and he says he was unaware that these activities took place. It happened behind his back and he quickly condemned it. However, this is coming just a few weeks after there's been dust raised around pre-election campaigning. We've seen it broadly across the country. There are posters, there are banners, there are billboards all across the country. There's a heavy campaigning going on. This is concerning political office holders. And when you confront the politicians themselves, they'll tell you that they don't have a hand in it because it's their friends and well-wishers who have the freedom to celebrate them in any way that they wish to, and in so doing there's no accountability. INEC has already said that within the purview of the law there's actually no repercussion, there are no consequences for pre-election campaigning. It's just something that happens, it's condemned, and there's no there's no consequences to it, and there's no enforceability around it as well. Now, I bring this up because it's the spirit of a leader that is imbibed by the nation. So the values that we see our leaders carrying are the same values that will be followed all the way down to the bottom of the food chain. In this instance, it's not too far from home. It's right within the same home, which is the home of the president. If his father were to also take a firm position against sycophants, against well-wishers, against friends who go out of their way to do too much, the son would also follow suit. Office holders will also follow suit. So I think it's very important in this instance to say, let's take a stand against our friends being over exuberant in their support for us. Not if you're my friend, or if you're my friend, you can bring me the money. You can bring me the money.
So the thing is, I don't mind that support. The money is not bad. It's the fact that she flouted the rules of Lagos. And that's really the point. I mean, you can donate money for, I think that she deserves the money at this point.
I would like to investigate that matter. So somebody just...
No, it's a group of people now. Rufai, can we go?
No, I just want to think through it, please.
Yes.
1 second.
Yes.
So somebody just took themselves from somewhere, a group of people, and they just went to donate money on behalf of, without even calling the person.
The foundation, it happens all the time.
In fairness to him, it does happen. As you said, a lot of people are psychopaths. He's a powerful person. He's the son of the president.
And all this why they didn't deny you.
He can do it.
He did the next day.
I told you, right? I think the challenge is denial of it and his denial of the knowledge of this following what happened. So the question on the flip side would be, if there was no controversy around this, would he have denied the fact that he knew that his friends were going to give money to?
But that's what I said. There's nothing wrong with donating. What's wrong with donating now?
Somebody who has broken the law.
Yes, it's the cause.
Because of the broken law, I now came to dissociate himself.
Foundation, by the way, it was to the foundation, so it wasn't to his wife's foundation, Noella Foundation. You know,
it was his wife's foundation that donated it or not?
Oh no, goodness!
He's the chairman of the. They work together for the Noella Foundation.
Yes,
they do fantastic.
Yes,
they do fantastic. So, was the money from the Noella Foundation?
Yes,
that's the allegation.
It was donated to the Noella Foundation, and then from the Noella Foundation, they gave her the 20 million.
Oh, so it was the Noella Foundation that gave. So why is he denying? It's a foundation that he's part of now.
Not part of chairman of.
Yeah, he's chairman of, and he's not denying.
He's not in support of it.
But he came out from his foundation.
All right,
so is it that when they sign payment from the foundation
that his wife runs, it's called the Noella
But who is the chairman of the foundation?
Let us probe the foundation.
Let's probe the foundation. So what are you saying? Which denier? It's political denier. I'm not even getting the gist. Something came out of a foundation that you are chairman of. So you want to say you didn't...
We can't do my milestone story.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah,
can I do it, or should I just go to
go ahead.
Let's quickly say Seyi Tinubu is saying he doesn't support people who.
This is it. That's the point. He doesn't support people that.
Go ahead. Let us do milestone.
All right. Let's take our story now. Other milestones. Today we celebrate former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, GCFR, as he marks his 91st birthday. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has joined family, friends, and well-wishers across the nation in honoring the elder statesman's life and enduring contributions to Nigeria's unity, peace, and development. General Gowon, who led Nigeria through the critical period of the Civil War from 1966 to 1975, remains one of the nation's most respected voices on matters of national unity and reconciliation. His tenure as head of state witnessed the adoption of the national motto, Unity and Faith, Peace and Progress, and the implementation of the policy of no victor, no vanquished. Following the Civil War conflict, President Tinubu extolled the elder statesman's unwavering patriotism, visionary leadership, and continued counsel in national affairs, which remain invaluable to the growth and stability of the country. At 91, General Gowon continues his active involvement in peace-building initiatives through the Nigeria Praise Movement and other interfaith platforms, demonstrating that his commitment to national cohesion has not diminished with age. His emphasis on religious tolerance, ethnic harmony, and national unity has remained consistent throughout the decades, making him a moral compass for successive generations of Nigerian leaders. Happy birthday, General Gowon. General Gowon has maintained a consistent voice for national cohesion, religious tolerance, and development, never wavering in his belief in Nigeria's potential. We at Arise News wish the son of Nigeria a very happy 91st birthday. Happy birthday, General Gowon. I pray to live up to 91, really. I'd love to thank you all. I wish we had more time today. I'd love to thank you all for your great analysis. What's trending today? No, I had my entertainment story. We'll do that tomorrow. Rufy on fire! Well, all right. Thank you so much. Well, that's all I have for you guys on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.